Welcome to the Lifetime Assembly channel. My name is Isaac, and today I'm going to help you assemble your portable pump adjust basketball system with a 54-inch acrylic backboard. Before we get started, make sure the model number of your system is listed in the description below. This video follows the steps outlined in the assembly manual that comes with your system. So if you've already begun and need help on a specific step, check the description below for a timestamp associated with each step. There are steps in this assembly that require 2 people, so make sure you have at least one other adult available to help. Before we get into the assembly process, let's take a look at the tools you'll need to complete the job. You may want to pause the video now so you can gather the supplies shown on the screen. Also, you may see us use an impact driver. If you decide to use one as well, be careful not to over-torque or over-tighten the hardware. Also, depending on how you decide to fill the base of your system, you will need 325 pounds of sand and a funnel, or a hose connected to a water source. This video is meant to be a companion to the assembly manual and not a direct replacement. So for the best results, have the manual on hand as you complete the build. It is also crucial that you refer to the assembly manual to review the safety instructions of this build to prevent serious injury or property damage. All right, let's get started. Take the middle pole, the one with the warning label, and the bottom pole, which is the smallest of the poles, and from the top, measure 4 inches down and make a mark with a pencil. The top is the one with the slit. Take the bolts and add a washer. Then insert them into the small holes on the top pole. On the opposite side, add the sleeves. Then the pole bracket, oriented like this. Then secure with the nuts. Slide the top of the middle pole into the bottom of the top pole, making sure that these 2 small holes are on the same side. Make sure you've completed the previous steps properly, otherwise separating the poles after this next step will be extremely difficult. We're going to seat the 2 poles together by striking the middle pole 5 or 6 times on a piece of scrap wood or cardboard. You will have to use some force, so be careful around your toes. The goal of this step is to cover the pencil mark you made earlier. If you can't cover the mark, do not continue and call our customer service department. It is crucial that you complete this step properly, otherwise your poles could separate during use, causing serious injury or property damage. Repeat the previous steps, adding the bottom pole to the middle pole, except this time you want to make sure that the large holes are on the same side. The goal of this step is to cover the pencil mark you made on the bottom pole. If you can't cover the mark, do not continue and call customer service. Secure the poles together by inserting a self-tapping screw into the small holes at the bottom of the top and middle pole. These screws are designed to go through the metal underneath. On the bottom pole, add the long axle to this hole. Add a spacer on each end, then the wheels, then the remaining spacers. Then add the short axle to the hole just above. With the pole bracket facing up, place the base on top of the long axle, making sure it rests in these notches. Then rotate the pole up so the short axle rests in this recess. Lay the assembly down and don't lift it back up until there's proper weight in the base. Attach the flat end of the pole brace to the base, making sure the angle then lies flat on the pole like this. The holes in your base may not be drilled out. For extra help, click this link here to see a video. Only finger tighten this hardware for now. Flip the system and repeat this step on the other side. Connect the opposite ends of the pole brace to the pole. The bolt may seem like it's too short, but the nut will reach it on the inside. Then go back and tighten the hardware on the base. Place the backboard brackets on the back of the backboard, oriented like this. Then secure the hardware with the bolt going from the outside in. To make future steps easier, we're going to leave this hardware loose. Take the rim pivot bracket and insert the hardware into these holes. Using a 1/2-inch socket, press a push nut onto the axle, oriented like this, going no further than 1/4 of an inch. Insert the axle into this hole in the rim, making sure to add the pivot bracket oriented like this. Then add the other push nut onto the opposite side of the axle. Place the rim bracket over the oblong holes on the back of the backboard like this. Then insert the U-bolt. Place the plastic guard onto the rim, oriented like this. Then place the rim on the front of the backboard, making sure the U-bolt goes through the oblong holes and these bolts go through these holes on the backboard. Then secure these bolts with the nuts. Add the jam nuts all the way down the threads of the U-bolt. Then add the springs, then the retainer plate, then secure with the nuts. Only tighten this hardware until the rim doesn't wobble. Add the rim cover plate oriented like this and secure the hardware. Before going on to the next step, it may be helpful to clear out the excess powder coating in these holes with the thread at the end of the bolt. Add the short extension arms to these holes on the inside of the backboard brackets, making sure to add a spacer in between. Only finger tighten this hardware for now. Add the long extension arms to these holes on the backboard bracket, making sure that 2 holes close together are away from the backboard. Now go back and tighten this hardware that you left loose on the backboard brackets. Attach the long extension arms through this hole on the pole and this hole on the extension arms, making sure to add a spacer in between the pole and the arms. Insert the pole cap into the pole, making sure to fold these stirrups in and line them up with the holes in the pole. Connect the short extension arms through this hole on the pole and this hole on the extension arms. You will have to have someone lift the base up high enough to get the holes to line up. Now go back and tighten the hardware on the extension arms. Only tighten until the bolt is flush with the end of the nut. Insert the gas shock rod into the oblong hole on the gas spring. Then secure the hardware on each side. Then make sure the cover is placed over the gas spring, oriented like this. Line the holes in the gas spring and cover with the holes in the pull bracket and secure the hardware. Place a cap on each of the connectors oriented like this. Add the connectors to this hole on the pole, making sure they're oriented like this. Only tighten until the bolt is flush with the end of the nut. Add the frame to the bottom part of the handle, which is the one with all the holes. Then place the top handle onto the frame and secure the hardware on the bottom. Line up these small holes in the actuators with this small hole in the handle, adding spacer in between, then secure the hardware. Attach the actuators to these holes in the connectors and these holes in the actuators. There is a lot of hardware in this step, so make sure to follow along closely. Add a washer to the bolt, go through the connector, add a spacer, making sure that the flared end is in the middle. Add the first actuator, then the thicker washer, then the second actuator. Add the second spacer, again with the flared side in the middle. Add the remaining washer, then secure with the nut. Add the lifter arms to the inside of the long extension arms, making sure to add a spacer in between. Next, we're going to connect the connectors, lifter arms, gas spring, and actuators together. There is a lot of hardware, so make sure to follow along closely. Start by lifting the gas spring and lifter arms up. I like to place something under it to keep them out of the way. Add a washer to the bolt, go through the connector, add the short spacer, bring down the lifter arm, add a large spacer, insert into the gas spring, add the small white washer, add the actuator, once you're through all the actuators, add the second small white washer. Add the second large spacer. Go through the other lifter arm and add the smaller spacer. Then go through the last connector. Add the washer and secure the nut. Add some of the provided grease to the actuator pin. Remove the plastic film from the backboard. Add the center frame pad to this location on the backboard and secure with the self-tapping screws. At the corner frame pads, keep in mind it will overlap the center frame pad. The next few steps go over how to fill the base of your basketball system. Click on this link here to see a video, or refer to your manual in section 6 to see how to do this. If you have any other questions about filling the base of your system, please feel free to reach out to our customer service team at the number below. We've already filled the base of this system, so we're going to move on to the next step. Add the net to the rim by threading the large loops onto the hooks. Raise the system until the rim measures 10 feet away from the playing surface. Place the height adjustment sticker on the gas spring just below the cover. Thank you for watching this video on how to assemble your lifetime portable pump adjust basketball system with a 54-inch acrylic backboard. If you found this video helpful, give us a thumbs up. For more content like this, subscribe to our channel. If you have any other questions, please feel free to reach out to our customer service team and check out our other amazing products at lifetime.com.